Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. Welcome to Minnesota, the home court advantage for the Timberwolves here at the Target Center. Count the basket. Well, you and I, Doris, are both pumped up for this game, aren't we? Two exciting teams going head-to-head tonight.
Kevin, we've got great athletes almost everywhere on the floor tonight. The play at the rim should be electric. Let's go.
Timberwolves on defense. Anthony Edwards unable to get his last shot to go in.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Gobert with the block.
Almost inescapable, that 7'9" wingspan. Send it back, big Rudy Gobert.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Now here is Conley. Pass to McDaniels. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Here's Randall. And rebounded by McDaniels.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with this.
Basket good.
Man, that strength and concentration from Anthony Edwards. Yes, there's contact. Doesn't bother him.
You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you gotta look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randall. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's a 3-point game. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
I had a chance to catch up with Chris Finch. The first thing Coach brought up, Rudy Gobert, the multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. They're worried about Rudy's length, of course, saying it causes total havoc around the rim. So the counter is lots of threes and avoiding Gobert in the lane. The French center still with a massive effect on the game plan. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated.
Yeah, Julius Randle has a good feel on the offensive end. On time and on target with the pass.
Drills the three-pointer.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
McDaniels misses that one. His first miss of the night, 2 for 3. Edwards with it. No good. That would have tied it. Minnesota in the lead. You hear, Doris, people now calling Anthony Edwards one of the faces of the NBA. And I'm assuming you'd agree.
100% agree, because the skills are extraordinary. The development in his decision-making has gone leaps and bounds from where it was. Beyond that, Kevin, he's a lockdown defender, one of the best competitors, fearless in the big moments, and one of the most charismatic young men in the league today. This guy is spectacular.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's the pick. Three-pointer. Connects from three-point range.
The work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there.
Here's DiVincenzo. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Timberwolves trail. Outside Edwards. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
How about the body control from Anthony Edwards? Just so good at using that frame to get through the teeth of the defense.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Almost inescapable, that 7'9" wingspan. Send it back, big Rudy Gobert.
For Minnesota, they have shot just one free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Now here's Conley. There's 21 seconds left in the first. 5 on the clock. First shot by McDaniels, no good.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Six seconds left to play here in the first. Out to Edwards. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game.
The Timberwolves 12.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
DiVincenzo can't hit it. Now McDaniels. Pass to Reed. And here is DiVincenzo. A nice shot by McDaniels.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Picked by Reed. Back to DiVincenzo. 6 on the shot clock. A 3-ball. Minnesota with the rebound.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota had, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. Still scoreless.
Oh, that was a great effort defensively. Get a hand up in the face of the shooter. It's so important.
Here's Clark. It's a 3-point game. Picked by Reed. To the paint. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Timberwolves leading by 5. And now the latest from our reporter, David Alder.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Here's Alexander Walker. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles.
Well, coaches might discourage that kind of look, but he'll take it anyway.
And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Substitution on the court.
And Edwards puts up a deep 3. No good on the quick 3. Gobert pulls it in. Now the Timberwolves with it. Only giving up 2 points this quarter.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
So it's Minnesota now, following the 3 by Minnesota. And Randle throws it down.
Well, if the basket is within reach, Julius Randle understands how to finish.
Edwards. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Pass to McDaniels. Green shot on the way. And they pick up 2. And now just a 3-point Minnesota lead.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Gobert gets the bucket.
If he's operating in pick and roll, because Rudy Gobert is such a big target, hard to guard him.
To the middle. Edwards at the rim.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Here's Edwards. The rebound by Edwards.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Pass to McDaniels. Back to Edwards. Fires the 3. Gobert pulls it in.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the 3-point lane.
Now here is Conley. The Timberwolves working the ball around them. 6 to shoot. Pass to Gobert. Back to Edwards. Shoots over McDaniel. Edwards can't hit.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Minnesota on top, leading by 3. From Target Center, back in a moment. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Timberwolves trail by 3. Outside Conley. Down low. And rejection by McDaniel. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. And here's Edwards from the arc. Greg, every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
Gobert, the screen. Gobert with the block. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. So it's the Timberwolves now. They lead by 1. Edwards. Strong move inside by Edwards.
Boy, that defense must be better. Anthony Edwards getting it done on the interior.
Outside Conley. Inside. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, my goodness. The athleticism of Anthony Edwards on full display.
Mike Conley was drafted, Doris, back in 2007. And somehow, someway, he's gone his whole career without receiving a technical foul. Heck, you and I have received technical fouls over here, but not him on the floor.
Kevin, that is an impressive feat. And it's also probably why he's won the NBA Sportsmanship Award more than anyone else in the history of the league, and why we will never win it.
Minnesota on D. Anthony Edwards unable to get his last shot to go in. For the lead. Bucket Edwards slotting home the three. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. Here is Edwards. He's got 13. To the inside. Gobert. Randall with some nice D. Timberwolves trail. Down low. Randall grabs the board. And so Conley will bring the ball up for Minnesota. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Pass to Randall. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. McDaniels. The layup off target. Gobert with it. Out defended by Randall. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Edwards can't hit. To the paint. Here's DiVincenzo. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
And so DiVincenzo nails both of them. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Pass to Miller. Back to DiVincenzo. Inside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Nailed from three-point land. DiVincenzo's got the lead up to 3 now for the Timberwolves. Reed with the block. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. From past the arc, it's Clark with the rebound. Timberwolves trailed by 3.
Timberwolves foul. 4th team foul. Timberwolves substitution.
1:15 left in the third. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
I'll tell you, everything went right in terms of execution. He just can't get it to go.
Reed misses. Timberwolves on offense. Here's Alexander Walker. Count that one.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
There's 47 seconds left here in the third quarter. Pass to Ingles. 5 to shoot. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Hits the three-point bomb. DiVincenzo's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Minnesota. And it's Alexander Walker in the corner. Here's Reed. Reed with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 4. And there's the call on Donte DiVincenzo. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul. Timberwolves substitution. Number 33.
We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter. And the wide open shot. And it's, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
Yeah, now they are firing on all cylinders. That shot puts 3 more onto their lead.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during the break. Now, Coach told his team, we're up. Take care of the ball. Don't give them the game. Playing smart basketball will clinch a victory for us. Guys?
Thank you, David. Gobert with the block. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. Timberwolves on defense. Bucket Edwards slotting home the 3.
Boy, what a good-looking stroke. Ready on the catch, Anthony Edwards. That jumper is nice.
Here's DiVincenzo. To the inside. Alexander Walker.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Edwards can't hit.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
And here's DiVincenzo from the arc.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Edwards.
How about Anthony Edwards, the bounce? Go ahead, Ant.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Here is Edwards. To the paint. Here's Gobert. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Pass to Reed. And rebounded by McDaniels. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. 4-point game. Inside, Edwards finishes strong.
Boy, that defense must be better. Anthony Edwards getting it done on the interior.
Gobert, the screen. Edwards with it. Now defended by Gobert. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
First team foul.
He throw good, Edwards.
And what you love about Edwards is how intense he is. Guy plays hard every minute he's on the floor.
And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. And that'll be his third foul so far.
First team foul.
Edwards looking it over. Randall outside. Lock at 6. Down low. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Really nice decision-making by Anthony Edwards. If you're going to play in the NBA, you've got to read off pick-and-roll action.
Here's Gobert. Anthony Edwards with the rebound.
Great contest by the defender, but that's a dunk you've got to put down in his face.
Pass to Conley. Over in the corner, McDaniels. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Timberwolves trailed by 5. Out to Edwards. .156 left in the fourth quarter. That one falls.
Anthony Edwards relishes big-time moments, and he delivers right there.
Pass to McDaniels. Edwards with it. Here's the three. Julius Randle with the rebound. Outside Edwards. Now McDaniels. And they're unable to get the time basket there. Timberwolves leading by 3. Pass to Conley. And here is McDaniels. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Jaden McDaniels.
Well, size and athleticism, a little bit of craftiness right there by Anthony Edwards. That up fake gets that defender committed, and the free throw line opportunity is coming. Now, this guy has a reputation for being a great free throw shooter, and you've got to knock him down. He does it here.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Yeah, exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
To McDaniel. Buries it from outside.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Rebounded by the Timberwolves. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good. It's a 7-point game. Minnesota calls timeout. They're down by 7. Nice. What's your take?
Some call them wins and lessons. Coach not wasting any time making his point.
Well, maybe not his time, but this game is certainly finished. Let's get it over with.
Hits it from three-point range. So it's Minnesota taking the W in a close one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is